I'd like to thank everybody for attending our post-fight press conference tonight. We had some great action. I mean, the fight that was the main event. It was an unfortunate situation that he got hurt. People got hurt, but you know, I don't know, we're going to get a great fight between Chandler and Benson. And we had another great announcement, which was the signing of Rory MacDonald, which we actually did not ink until this evening. And so I'd like to just introduce Rory MacDonald and say a few words for his welcome to Bellator.
It's an honor. You know, it's been a long time in the making. You know, I've had a lot to consider in probably over a year, and you know, we've been in talks with Bellator for a long time now, and you know, it's gone back and forth with the UFC, and you know, we put a great deal together. You know, we're going to build a great business together. Bellator believes in me. I believe in the company. We're going to take it. We're going to take it to the next level. We're going to take over.
So if you guys could raise your hands and wait for the microphone, ask some questions.
Rory, can you talk about the free agent process and maybe name some of the factors that led you to eventually sign with Bellator?
You know, for contract negotiations, you know, it went pretty well. It went pretty smooth. You know, Scott and the guys here at Bellator, you know, they're very professional and easy to talk to, and you know, very approachable. So, you know, right away I knew there was a good vibe between us. You know, so I had it in my mind that I was going to end up here. It was just a feeling, you know, an intuition. So, you know, I'm really happy with the way it worked out. And the deal, you know, I couldn't ask for better. They're treating me excellent already.
Would you say it was closer to being a fun process for a professional athlete, or was it closer to stressful? Like, can you talk about, you know, going back and forth, restless nights, maybe no sleep, and ultimately coming to a decision?
No restless nights, maybe for my manager. But you know, I felt confident going into this negotiation. I wasn't too stressed, you know. I know my worth, and I was sticking to it, you know. And now it's just about putting on a show, getting out there, and taking that belt.
I heard 2 weight classes. You are interested in 2 weight classes. Where do you want to start off?
Oh, 170 for sure. You know, I want to challenge the champion there, and I want to go to 185 and take that one too.
Other questions? Front row?
Yeah.
Right here.
James from the MMA Complex. Rory, do you have an idea of when you want to have your first fight in Bellator?
It's going to be in 2017. I'm gonna say summer, but we'll see what happens. Could be before that, but definitely 2017.
And for Scott, obviously, you know, Rory's a big superstar in Canada. Is Bellator going to focus on the Canadian market for this year and on?
I mean, I think that we definitely will go to Canada with Rory. I think that it's a great opportunity. He's a big star in Canada, so one of the major markets will definitely go in 2017 when Rory's ready.
Spike is in Canada.
Question for Rory over here on your left. When Benson Henderson came over, he got an immediate title shot. Is that something that you're looking for as well?
Yeah, 100%.
At 170.
Yeah.
Josh, go ahead.
Scotty, you can give that to him?
I mean, that's a long time from now. I mean, not like it happened in our division. I mean, listen, I think we have the best 170-pound division on the planet right now. If you think of Koreshkov, Paul Daly, Rory MacDonald, Lima, MVP, Fernando Gonzalez, I mean, it's a stacked division. So a lot's going to happen between the time now and the time that he's ready to fight. So let's see how those other cards play out, which we'll have announcements probably in the next month as to what we're going to do with that division. But we have some exciting things happening, and you know me, we like to mix it up a little bit. So we'll see.
Rory, is there a reason you want to wait basically a year to fight again?
You know, I want to give my nose 100% time to heal. Last time I didn't treat it the way I was supposed to. You know, I was too hungry to get back in the gym to get in there and spar with guys to fight, and that's just in me to just go all the time. but I really have to pump the brakes on this one because I can't be taking a year off between every fight. That's just not what I'm about. So once this I'm going to give it the time it needs to heal, back to 100%. Then hopefully I can fight once a quarter, yearly quarter. So that's the plan.
Had you attended a Bellator before, or was this your first?
This is my first.
What were your thoughts on the night? Can you compare it to what you've been used to from the UFC promotion? How do you differences, things that stood out to you?
Big difference. The production of the show that just stands out right away. That the big the screens, the entrances. It's just they do it bigger. They do it right here. It's a fight show here. They want to promote a fighter. They want to build it. It's just it's not generic where everyone's wearing the same thing. We get to be our own individual self and promote ourselves. Whereas where I was before, everyone's wearing the same uniforms now. We're all walking out of the same boring, dressing room or the gate. It's boring. People are tired of that.
Question back?
Here, Rory, when you say that UFC didn't match the offer, that means they didn't offer you anything, or they get close to it?
They offered, and they gave a decent offer, but I just don't feel it was anywhere near what Bellator was giving me, and there's also other factors that aren't monetary. There's a lot of opportunity that Bellator is giving me. The belief that they have in me, the weight that they're putting on me to promote me to go into Canada. We're going to take Bellator into Canada and we're going to do it big. We're going to reinvigorate that market. Those fans are going to get a proper fight show again.
Have you think in your adaptation process, do you think it's going to take you a while?
Sorry?
Your adaptation process here in Bellator?
It's a fight, man. I'm going to walk down that cage, I'm going to get into a scrap, I'm going to knock people out.
Scott, any other targets to bring in talent? A lot of talent right here to the company. Any other targets?
There's there's the free agent market. Is something that comes up from time to time, and not every free agent that has approached us or come to us and said, "Hey, we're a free agent now. We'd like to have you guys engage with our fighters," but not every free agent did we want to pursue. So there's certain people, like Matt, like Benson, like Rory, we felt that could move the needle for us and really help this company along. So we're going to go after every free agent that's out there. And if you're a fighter fighting in a different league and you want to exercise the option of free agency, that's how you'll know your value. And to me, I think Rory did the right thing, and why wouldn't you? Because if you don't, you're going to only know what one company is offering. And this is good for the MMA industry, not just for Bellator or whoever. I mean, you need to have two buyers. When there's only one buyer, then the price will ultimately go down at the end of the day.
Last question up here.
Right.
Sorry. Go ahead, David.
All right. A couple questions for Rory. I'll start first with Twitter. I mean, you coming over, we've done I think over 100,000 social media impressions alone, and some of the questions that come up are, how much did the Reebok deal and the UFC sale factor into your decision?
That it wasn't a major thing for me, but it's a part of it. Like I was saying before, we walk into that cage like every single other person out there on the roster. We're basically like a robot walking in the cage with the same jersey on. There's no difference between this guy and this guy. It's boring, I find. It's very plain, I understand where they're trying to go with it, but that's just not fight sport, There's no personality there.
Is it more of you feeling not appreciated? You made 59,000 in your last two fights when you've had multiple fights underneath your belt, and you got guys making a lot more. Did that have to do with your tenure with the UFC and what you did for them?
Before that, my title fight in the UFC, I was all about just the fighting. I always was like, the money will come. I'll deal with it when the time is right. I just wanted to get in there and fight as much as possible, fight the best guys, and I think that's the spirit a lot of the fighters are carrying now. They don't want to worry about the business end of it, But, you know, times are changing. People are starting to be more aware, you know, that we got to start making some profit out of this, not just the promoters. The tide is turning. And for me, that title fight against Robbie was an eye-opener. It was like, okay, we got to the show where, you know, you wanted to go. Didn't work out, but now it's time to start, you know, making some money.
And last part of the question is, were you slightly hurt in your last fight? And then the last question is for Coker, and you, does it hurt when like someone like Cowboy Cerrone doesn't even listen to an offer that you may have on the table? Does that hurt fighters and what you guys are trying to do moving forward in the future?
I think that just hurt himself, really. That's a personal decision on his behalf. I don't know his deal. I don't know too much about that. But what was the first question?
Hurt? Were you slightly hurt in your last fight?
I slightly hurt.
Were you hurt going in your last fight against what?
Oh, going in? My nose was broken. That's it. I knew it was busted before, so I mean, that's it.
All right, we're gonna.